Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kalpesh Patel. I'll be your host on tonight's Nuts and Bolts, and hopefully we'll share a few nuggets that are exactly what you need to hear today and that make the difference that you were looking for in your business so that you can go out and start piecing your empire together or expanding the empire that you've already put together and accelerating the speed with which you have a bigger reach worldwide. So thank you so much for joining us. Super excited to have you here as always. Let me just have a quick scan. We've got lots of videos on. Congratulations to the people with your videos on. Lots of videos on. I'm in. I do often like to do this because it just reminds me how pretty our community is. We've got a pretty community all over the world, right? We are one sexy community, man. We kick butt when it comes in that department. So well done. And do you know what makes a sexy community? Smiles. That's all it is, man. When you can go from here to ear, boom, everything changes. And that's something that's really special for our community that we have all the time. I love what was being discussed on that recording previous to getting started, turning a downward trend up. What a concept, right? What a phenomenal concept. The natural tendency for most humans is to focus on the negative. How apt was that, right? I never know what's going to come up on these things, but the natural tendency is to focus on the negative, and leadership is shifting that focus. Wow, that's interesting. Turning that focus around, shifting it from a natural downward trend to an unnatural upward trend. So literally, it's like, you know, the good and evil battle, isn't it? Like that good evil battle. Everyone can be naughty. Everyone can make the naughty decision. Everyone, the pull to have the cake when you know it's not good for you is always there. And then how do you overcome that trend? How do you overcome that pull and make a better choice? Not easy to do. Trust me, I have the sweetest tooth on planet Earth for sure, right? I'm dessert king. And anyone that knows me knows that. And a couple of months ago, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It was a reality check, a shock to the system. And I've deleted dessert from my itinerary, from my thinking, from my vision, even my view. Like when I look at menu now, I don't even look at the desserts, right? Because I know that if I start looking at them, it doesn't take me long to start salivating. And when I'm salivating, my decision-making capabilities weaken. It's like kryptonite. I got kryptonite, look at the dessert menu. And then look at what you can have versus what you can't have. Focus on what's good. So I know salads are good. So the first thing I do is I look at what salads are on offer. What salads can I take today? And then, what else can I add to that that's not carb based? And, the process, just shifting your focus, shifting your processing mechanism. And we can all do that, right? And so the same in business. It's very easy to focus on when somebody says no and take it personally. And what do we call it? Rejection. I don't like being rejected. You weren't rejected. You actually weren't rejected. But the natural pull is to think like that, like it's personal, like they said no to you. No, they just turned down what you shared with them. So, making that separation, they just turned down what you shared. Everyone does not have to take on everything you share. That would be an absurd world, wouldn't it? Imagine if you took on everything that somebody shared with you. That would be absurd. It would be weird if everyone said yes to everything. So it's cool, but it's not personal. Separate the two. Just like when an air hostess comes by and says, would you like some tea or coffee? And you said, no, I'm good. The air hostess doesn't have a breakdown in the middle of the airplane, does she or he? They don't suddenly collapse to the floor. Going, oh my God, I offered you tea or coffee and you said no. No, they don't do all of that drama. They just move to the next person, go, thank you. Would you like some tea or coffee? Yep. Oh, cool. There you go. There's a customer. Let's serve the one that wants it. So again, shifting the focus so that you're not caught up in the natural negative pull, the natural downward force that takes people out the game. Imagine somebody shows you an opportunity. A window opens up. You find yourself working against that natural negative force. The same natural negative force that everyone is faced with and challenged with, right? And your natural negative force, depending on your life circumstances, could be anything ranging from some of the most common negative forces like, I haven't got $400 spare. It's too expensive. I can't afford that. Or it could be, it's a great opportunity, but when am I going to find time to plug in and play? You keep saying you're to plug in and play to succeed. I'm too busy. I don't have time to do all of that. These are natural negative or downward pulls. Or it might be something like, because you've heard something in the past, or because your aunt's best friend's grandmother did something in 1943 that didn't work. And so your natural negative pull is, oh no, that looks a bit risky. I can't do that. It looks like one of those things. Some of you may have even had the negative pull of labeling one of those things. Oh, that's a Ponzi, isn't it? So there's all sorts of natural negative pulls that are already embedded in most people's psyche. You overcame that. Somebody invited you to a presentation. Guess what? They were just as nervous as you might be when inviting you. And they would have got a bunch of no's before you said yes to come along. Imagine. So whoever invited you had to overcome all of the things that you got to overcome. This is how this thing works, right? And then your friend got really excited when you said yes. It made up for all of the no's they heard before you. That one yes turns it all around for us, right? Suddenly feel great. We feel like we've got a victory. We won. You remember your first yes, right? Nobody forgets their first yes. And all of a sudden there's hope. Suddenly there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, wow, 7 no's on a yes. If I go for 7 more and I get another yes, I've doubled my organization. I'm in. I can play with those odds. And then you have your odds, whatever they are, right? You have your numbers. Everyone has different numbers. And you go through that pull of pushing your numbers in a positive direction. Your upline says, oh, I spoke to 3 and I got my first yes. And your natural negative pull says, why did I have to speak to 12 before I got mine? Is there something wrong with me? No, nothing wrong with you. They're just your numbers. It's not personal. It's just a measure. Your numbers are different to the numbers of your upline, your team members, your cross line, everybody. Everybody's numbers are different. Just understand that. You don't need to judge yourself for your numbers. All you need to do is improve your numbers. How do you turn them in another direction? If you had to speak to 27 before getting 1 yes, how can you condense that down to speaking to 20 the next time to get a yes, and then 15, and then play the, imagine if I could get 10 and get a yes out of the next 10 that I speak to. And the game you're playing is always, how do I improve the numbers I've got? Not, oh my God, why have I got those numbers? Oh my God, why have I got those numbers? Doesn't change anything. Can you see that? It just keeps them alive for you. If anything, you might make them worse by focusing on how your numbers are different to the people that are more effective than you, because you then start talking yourself down. You weaken yourself. You empower your kryptonite. So find your kryptonite and find the solution to your kryptonite. We've all got it. Everyone has their own kryptonite, where something happens and you take it personal and you start using that as a self-destruct conversation with yourself. Much of this stems from our childhood, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not deserving. I'm alone. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares. All of that nonsense that we carry around like a big Santa sack on our shoulders for our whole life. You've got to start letting go of some of that stuff, right? If you're going to succeed. If you're going to succeed, to increase the odds of success, start letting go of the conversations you have about yourself and with yourself, and sometimes with others. Some people actually talk to others about how horrible they are and how rubbish they are and how useless they are and how unworthy they are and how uninfluential they are. Some people actually go out in the world and keep it so alive that not only it's not good enough to say it to yourself, you have to tell others how rubbish you are. Goodness, stop that stuff. All right. Stop spreading bad rumors about yourself. If you're going to turn it around, if you want to lead yourself into a better direction, right? So every human being has their own journey. Network marketing identifies our kryptonite very quickly for us. Most people go through their whole life avoiding these conversations, never having to face up to them, and they wing it to the end, right? They wing it to the end. But here in network marketing, why I love this industry so much is it literally puts a mirror up to your face and says, okay, there you go, deal with this. Deal with this part of yourself. Strengthen this part of yourself. It allows you to identify where you hide out, where you play small, where you hide under a rock, where you avoid your greatness, where you avoid your power. Network marketing allows you to know where you can improve. How about that? I love it. but only if you can shift your focus in that direction. Come at this with the mindset of, I'm going to learn to win. I'm going to learn to lead. I'm going to learn to grow, versus what the natural downward pull might be. All right. So identify where you go down in your language, where the tempo, the vibration, the frequency of your self-talk is going in the wrong direction, right? A negative spiral. So, and it does show up outside of network marketing as well, but we just relate to it as flippant language. Have you ever done something like, I don't know, missed a turn on a roundabout somewhere and then cursed yourself? Oh, you stupid idiot. Why did you do that? Right? No, you're not a stupid idiot. You just did that. Separate the two. You don't need to say, oh, you stupid idiot. Why did you do that? You could just say, why did you do that? Pay attention to sat nav or pay attention to the roads, shifting the focus, right? You don't have to add that little bit ahead of time or even afterwards that demeans yourself, reduces yourself, minimizes you. So learn to start maximizing you, right? Like take a wrong turn and go, you're a legend, man. How do you do that? How do you take the wrong turn when sat nav said turn right and you turn left? Legend. Now listen, as much of a legend as you are, let's not do too much of that, because time is valuable and you want to be efficient with your time and you want to get where you want to get to, quicker rather than slower. But, let's just pay a bit more attention, legend. There you go. Acknowledge yourself as a legend anyway, because guess what? Legends make mistakes too. Legends take wrong turns too. It's cool. Leaders take wrong turns too. It's all great. Everything's perfect. You don't need to trash yourself. And we do it all the time. Some of us blurt it out loud, others say it quietly in our head. We knock ourselves. We also knock others, don't we, in our head? I often talk about personality types, right? And then I talk about what we call a yellow personality type, which is the softly, softly, gently, gently. And I say sometimes these are the most lethal people on the planet, because you've got no idea how much they're destroying you in their head. At least with a red personality, they'll tell you how rubbish they think you are. And you can deal with that face-to-face head-on in a clash. You can have a verbal clash of the titans and resolve it. But with that softly, softly personality that smiles to your face, comes across as all, oh, and in their head, they're just destroying you. You've got no clue. And they've just trashed you. Destruction at the highest level. Watch what goes on in here, guys and girls. Do you destroy people? Maybe because they wore something you wouldn't wear, or they eat something that you wouldn't eat. Do you see what I'm saying? We do it on the most minuscule of things. They look a way that you wouldn't want to look. They dress a way that you wouldn't want to dress. The number of people, I don't know how many will say it in their minds, but in my, I like bright colored clothes, right? I love colorful clothing. So my wardrobe is full of colors and I mix and match however I please. I don't follow, if you like, what norms are. I just wear whatever I feel like wearing that looks and makes me feel great. And the number of times we go, you can't wear brown and black together, Cal. So, well, apparently you can, because I am. I don't understand what you're talking about. I just did it. Nothing happened to me. I'm still here. What are you talking about? Do you see? But they're just people that tell me you can't wear black and brown together. How many people don't tell me? They don't have the guts or the balls to say something stupid like that. At least these ones say it right, and then I can identify how stupid they are. But my point is, you can wear what you like, can't you? Can't you? Right? You can mix and match whatever colors you like. Who says you can't wear black and brown together? Said who? When? Why? Maybe some fashion guru. Well, they were a guru for a brand or a certain era or whatever they were doing, but they're not my fashion guru, obviously, right? So, just watch out for that. Watch out for what goes on in here that's destructive, that takes away, that's righteous, that's thinking it's better than, all right? Because in my world, the only reason that you think somebody can't do something is because you don't do it. And since when did the world have to run by your rules? I didn't ask you to wear black and brown. If you don't want to, fine. That's your choice too, right? If you don't want to wear black and brown because you think they clash, don't wear it. I didn't ask you to do what I do. But why do you need to get involved in, if I want to wear black and brown, you don't need to get involved in that, right? If I want to put a little bolt through my nose, none of your business, is it? Surely. Do you see what I'm saying? Some people get upset about that. being Indian culturally, that's a massive no-no, right? Like huge. I remember this one time, it was hilarious. My uncle, bless him, loved him to bits. After my dad had passed away, this was a couple of years down the line. I've always been very colorful with my dress sense, like kind of just lovely pastel colors and stuff, like just anything that makes me feel brighter inside. I kind of wear it on my outside, right? And then I've got my nose pierced just because it was one of those things that I just was curious and fascinated by. And I know it's not for everybody, it was for me. But anyway, my uncle comes to me one day at a wedding, says, "Kalp, should we go for a walk? It's been a while since we spoke." I said, "Yeah, sure, let's do that." And we went for a walk around the grounds at the wedding. And he put his hands over my shoulder and said, "Kalpesh, you know what? The whole family really respects you and what you've done with your life and the direction you've taken. It's really amazing, blah, blah, blah." And they said, "Look, you know what? Just, your father's not around, but I want you to know that I'm here for you." And I thought, wow, what a beautiful conversation to have, right? It's my dad's cousin. And I knew he was there for me anyway, right? Because again, many of you know, we're very close to family anyway. So I knew he was there for me. But the fact that he wanted to have that conversation with me was really beautiful in itself. And he said, "Look, if there's anything you want to talk about ever, you can talk to me." I said, "Cool, thank you so much. Really kind of you to say so." And he said, "Look," and and he got a bit uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, when you can feel the uncomfortableness. I was like, "What's going on here?" He goes, "And if you want to talk about anything at all," I was like, "Yeah, cool, thank you, I got it, and I really appreciate it." And he goes, like, and in the Indian culture, I think I must have been in my 30s. If you're not married in your 20s, then something's already like amiss. So, not being married in your 30s was not like the normal thing. He goes, "Listen, and I'm all right with everything. Like, if you like guys, you can talk to me about that too." And I went, "Oh, okay." And just because I had my nose pierced and my ears done like way before that, but over time in his head, he's made up this picture that Kalpesh is single. He's got his ears pierced. Then he gets his nose pierced. He dresses very brightly. That maybe he's trying to say something but not able to say it. Bless him. I was like, "Look, no, it's not that. And if it was, I'll feel comfortable to express it to you. Thank you for giving me the space to express that as well. But no, I'm just single because I want to be single right now. I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my future and what I'm building, and I've got a plan. And settling down isn't part of that plan for me. And so, thank you for your concern. But no, it's not even that. But if it was, I would happily talk to you about it. And thanks for giving me the space to do that." But here's my point. Isn't it amazing how many stories we make up in our head? That's my point. Like, he was bold enough, open enough, courageous enough, and comfortable enough to put his arms around my shoulder and have that conversation with me, which is a beautiful thing. But in my head, I'm thinking, how many people haven't got the courage, but having that kind of conversation in their head, right? Like, how many times are we judging people based on our own view? No other view other than our own, right? And our own view is very limited, right? So I'm always saying, like, in this beautiful business, we get to learn about ourselves. What are you saying about yourself that stops you from growing, developing, creating, being the master of your destiny? And what are you saying about others? Like, this is so powerful. What are you saying about others? Because it's not what you say physically. If you're thinking it, the universe already knows it. The energy has already been emitted. People feel it. We've all been through this space, right? We've all felt, and we say it all the time, don't we? "I don't feel right about them. Something doesn't feel right about this." It's not what they're saying. It's something in your gut. Something doesn't feel right. What are you saying about somebody else that they might get the energy or the frequency, the emission, that they go, "Something doesn't feel right about this." And they walk away from a phenomenal opportunity because your self-talk was reaching them loud and clear. I can't remember which poet said it, but I remember hearing it through Deepak Chopra. And he talked about a poet. Who was it? I can't remember the name now. But he talked about a beautiful little phrase. Years ago, I heard this. I was like, wow. You speak. No, hold on. And it's almost the opposite. You speak so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. No, who you are speaks so loud. That's it. Who you are speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you are saying. Think about that for a second. Who you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying, meaning your words make no difference. Your words make no difference. What you're saying is not landing because who you are when you're saying it isn't equaling the words. So you can talk about caring about somebody. It makes no difference because you're not caring about them and they know it. You don't care about them. They know it. It's just words. You can say the right words, but who you are shows up way more than the words you use. So you can show a fantastic presentation to somebody, but who you are showing them will drown out the beauty of the presentation if you're doing all of that judgment. If your mind is running overtime with opinions and thoughts that are negative about the person that you're sat with. Can you see this stuff? Learning to let go of this stuff is so powerful. Let go of your thoughts, your opinions, your judgments about others. Let go of the limits that you place on others. Let them thrive. Learn to see the best in others. Imagine that's the frequency that then starts to radiate naturally. It's the opposite of the norm. You're going against the natural negative pull. The natural thing humans do is compare ourselves to others. And then in order to make ourselves feel better, we destroy others. It's a nonsense. An unaware mind is the most useless mind on the planet. You're comparing yourself to others to make yourself feel better. You destroy them. What a rubbish way of working life out. Can you see? Imagine if you didn't have to destroy them and you could just find your own self-worth in yourself rather than in comparison. Don't compare yourself to anybody. You're unique. You're 1 out of 8 billion. You're 1 in 8 billion odd. Be that. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Own it. Let go of all the noise. This business accelerates at a phenomenal speed when you let go of your own nonsense and your noise and you allow yourself to be great, allow others to be great, accommodate everybody, love them freely, and give them the room to grow and thrive in the way that they choose to grow and thrive. It doesn't have to be by your rules. I was on a WhatsApp group earlier today, and I always am mindful of what I communicate or where I communicate. Anyway, one of my very strongest leaders in one group wrote a very strong-worded and offensive message to somebody else that shared something that was inappropriate. Bless them. So somebody just hit a very high rank and they treated themselves to a nice car. And in the photograph of them next to their car, they had, in the number plate of the car, they put hyperverse, which of course is not compliant. We know that. Only the leader in the group, the way that it was handled was horrific. Whose picture is this? Who is this person? The leader who sponsored them should be punished, penalized, and whoever's put this picture out, we need to get hold of them straight away and have a conversation. Give me their number immediately. Whichever leader knows this person, identify them, send me their number. Really aggressive, kind of horrible, nasty energy message, like so righteous. The leaders should be punished as well because they're not teaching their people not to do this. It's non-compliant. And I'm sitting there going, what the hell is all this? Some bloke, bless him, has just achieved a rank. He's celebrating. And there's an oversight. In my world, it's simple. It's an oversight. Chances are he does know he's not supposed to have hyperverse on marketing material. And it wasn't marketing material. He shared a picture of his car and him in a WhatsApp group with his people, with his tribe. Wasn't sharing it on social media anywhere. Wasn't in public. Wasn't doing any of that. But even if he was, so what? You don't need to smash him up to smithereens. A message along the lines of, hey, it's non-compliant to have hyperverse written on the number plate of a car. Can somebody please get in touch with this beautiful gentleman, congratulate him on his massive achievement, on his huge rank advancement, and let him know that he needs to blur out that number plate or put something else on there. Done. Same outcome, different mindset. Can you see that? How are we overreacting in life oftentimes? Where are we shouting when shouting doesn't need to be used? Where are we getting angry with people when anger doesn't need to be used? I'm not saying none of these emotions should ever be used. Of course not. They're there for a reason. There's a time and a place for all things. But 99% of the time, we are misusing most of these emotions in way out of context scenarios based on our very small view of the world. Our business really becomes a reflection. The higher the ranks you climb, the more opportunities you have to show up better. Because the more people you're working with, the bigger your team, the more adaptable you got to become, the more flexible you got to become. Because if you don't, you'll end up being like that leader, and you're not going to gain many brownie points in terms of, you know, people saying, is that your inspiration of what a leader shows up like? I doubt very much most people will vote for leadership skills that are draconian and Neanderthalic, and very much doubt in network marketing, which is all about freedom and self-empowerment, that style of leadership is going to go down too well, right? And there will be fans of that as well. I know that particular person has got their fans. There are people that go, yeah, they say it how it is. And I'm like, maybe they say it how they think it is, not how it actually is, right? So I love talking about that concept, actually, and I'll just touch on that as well. Some of you know that, you know, I've spent many of my years in the world of personal development, self-awareness, and you know, learning and growing about myself. I've literally done all the courses I could find in my earlier years. One of the companies that I still hold a lot of respect for, to a point, certainly, is Landmark Education. If any of you have heard of it, you know, it's an amazing technology, really great teacher of understanding ourselves, right? Now, it gets a little bit messy at the top end. I got to the top end in terms of you know, leading seminars for them and stuff, and I was freaked out a little bit when they said I couldn't learn from any other people if I wanted to continue delivering their seminars. And I was like, huh? I'm like, how does that work? I was going to a Tony Robbins weekend. They said, you can't go to Tony Robbins. You're a landmark speaker. And I went, I can go to Tony Robbins, actually. Watch, I'm going to go. It's on this weekend and I'm going. And they said, well, then you can't do this anymore. So, well, that's your choice, not mine. I'd rather do both. The reason I'm one of the most effective leaders you've got is because I learned from so many different places. And I spoke to their leaders and everything. They just couldn't get it. It wasn't in their realm. And at that point, unfortunately, I'll still say this to this date, unfortunately, after 5-6 great years with them, I had to leave because they couldn't accommodate my greatness anymore. And so they had to miss out on my greatness over there because I was committed to playing on a much bigger pitch, if you like, on a much broader scale. So that was, again, yes, eye-opening sometimes. The best technology on the planet, and the people that deliver the technology are limited with their own views as well. But in that technology, one of the things that I loved that they talk about and teach was, before I went off on a tangent, what was I going to say? What was relevant at that point? There was something relevant at that point. I was going to make a point. There you go. I do go off at a tangent myself sometimes. If it comes back, I'll bring it back. So, you know, focusing on your awareness is, for me, your number one priority. If you're committed to being a leader in this space, then it starts with you. Start improving your language around yourself. Then improve your language around your immediate loved ones, your family, your friends. And then start improving your language in society. All right, ripple it out in society. Be kind to your neighbors, unnecessarily kind. All right, not be kind to your neighbors that are kind to you. I'm just saying be kind to your neighbors, full stop, just because you can. Because once you become aware, you can do whatever you want to do. When you're not aware, you can't do whatever you want to do. You have very little power. I often say you have no power when you're not aware. People that are not aware have zero power. They are purely reactions to life. Have a little think of that one. People that are not aware are purely reactions to life. Something happens, they have a knee-jerk reaction. Pre-built, pre-worked out, pre-experienced, reliving the same thing over and over and over again. All right? So if you're not aware, that's all that happens. There are people that are 50 years old that still scream and shout in their car on the road when somebody cuts them up. It's absurd that after 50 years of living on planet Earth, you haven't worked out how to press pause and not do all that nonsense just because somebody in front of you does something that you didn't like, right? But that's how people are. They get angry, they shout, they scream, they go up and down, they get red in the face, they jump out of their car, they're ready to get into a fight. Why? Because somebody turned you know, without indicating. What? Like, really? Yep. People spend their whole life like that. Awareness is the biggest gift you'll give yourself. Self-awareness makes your life better, and it makes the life of everyone around you better, even the people that cut you up in traffic. All is good. Their life is improved because you're a better human being. How about that? So your business improves when you're a better human being. People will sign up with you because of who you are, not because of what you showed them. Who you are speaks so loudly, they cannot hear your words. That can be a positive thing as well as a negative thing. Who you are speaks so loudly. When you show up as a legend, guess what? They want to do business with you just for the sake of doing business with you. It doesn't matter what you're doing. They just want to be in your space and do what you're doing and hang around and be a part of your vibe. That's how easy this can be. It can be that easy, that lighthearted. I just popped out with my brother earlier on today and a couple of cousins. We went to a shop. We bought something. What was it? I can't remember. Bought a couple of bits and pieces. And my brother said to the sales assistant, classic textbook conversation. Young guy, dynamic guy, energetic guy. And he said, oh, how long have you been working here then? The guy goes, 3 years. He goes, oh, excellent. Do you enjoy your job? The guy obviously did. He was like really sprightly and energetic. He said, yeah, I do. I love it. He said, great. He said, listen, I just love your energy. I love your energy and I want to repay the favor. You've served us really well. He goes, he goes, and being a young guy, again, always kind of is relevance, right? Is a big one, being aware. Chances are they know about crypto. So my brother said, do you know much about cryptocurrency? And a big grin came on his face. He said, funny enough, yeah, he goes, I've been buying Bitcoin every day for the last 3 years. He bought his first Bitcoin. So he was, how old was he? 19. He bought his first bit of Bitcoin at the peak in 2017. So 5 years ago, which means he would have been 14. Imagine this, guys and girls. He bought, and this is the thing that I loved when he was just sharing his story. Because his first thing he said, I buy a little bit of Bitcoin every single day. And he said, I bought it. I said, when did you get in? He goes, oh, when it was at the peak in 2017 and it crashed straight after I bought it. And I said, but you said you buy it every day. He goes, yeah, I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm thinking, mate, you know more than 99% of the planet. Like, wow, you bought it at a peak, the price crashed and you didn't get negged out. You didn't get blown out. You didn't get thrown off track. And he said, no, because I understand Bitcoin is a long-term game. So he said, it doesn't really matter what happens now. I just know that if I just keep collecting a little bit every day, then over time, it'll work itself out. And I'm like, that's awareness. And of course, my brother got his number and we're going to show him Hyper. We told him a little bit about what we do. And he got excited at the basics and we're going to bring him to a Zoom. Can you see how easy this can be? Just be open. Be open to anyone you're speaking to. We'll get what you're up to. It's cool. Have conversations comfortably. So I think I've gone over a bit, haven't I? I'll keep doing this. I do get a bit excited sometimes. Let me get back in the room, give you guys a chance to just share your learnings, share what you're picking up, what's shifting for you. George, your hand's up first. Go ahead and unmute yourself, my friend.
G'day, Kalpesh. How we doing, buddy?
Amazing, amazing. How are you, champ?
I'm absolutely fantastic. It's 3 degrees C in the back of my van at the moment. In 3 hours, I'm going to do a 200K jet ski ride.
Oh, wow. How far are you on that? How far are you on your jet ski journey? You're doing a whole West Coast journey, is it? Or West Coast.
So I'm going to do I'm doing North America, but that starts on the 26th of May. I'm still in South Australia at the moment.
Oh, wow.
So we fly to North America on the 26th of May. So
that's when the big one happens. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Seriously cool. So just wanted to just give some of our quick results lately, and I love the concept of don't take on board other people's opinion of you, because it's amazing. And recently my dad said to me, oh, your brother-in-law is not interested in the business. I go, what do you mean? He says, he's not interested. I said, well, he talked to me and he was pretty excited. And he said, don't talk to him. I said, oh, okay, righto. We went there for lunch. And we were limited on the time for lunch. And 10 minutes before we had to leave, my brother-in-law says to me, he says, I still want to talk to you about that thing. I go, what? He says, yeah. I said, Dad says you're not interested. He said, what? And he says, if I put 50,000 Australian dollars into it, what'll happen? And I said, that's basically a 35,000 US dollar tether. This is what you'll get. He goes, that's really cool. And he says, I need to think a bit more. And the next day he drove an hour and 3/4 to come and see me. And he says, right, if I take you to my bank, can you help me get started? I said, I reckon I can work out how to do it.
I love it. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah. So love the input, my friend. And loving the results, and love the change to my lifestyle. Pretty cool. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Much love and respect, and appreciate you being here at those late hours. Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Calbs. Great. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, two nuggets that I pulled from now, which I thought was very poignant. Self-fulfilling prophecy. I've had two little voices on my shoulder most of my life. One saying you'll never be any good, and the other one saying you'll never succeed at anything. And I kind of believed that for 40 odd years until I came into this community. And boy, oh boy, has that mind shift changed. I've only ever known perhaps two people who I would class as millionaires in my life. And now I am surrounded by 10 VIP fives that I regularly talk to, of which you are our supreme leader, my friend. The other one is I love the analogy of the colour clothing, because I'm colourblind. That's why I always wear black, because I just make it easy for myself, because I don't want that conversation either. But yeah, love the community, love this space. Ranking up, I have another rank up this week, another pro. Now got five experts, 3 pros, 2 VIP ones and 2 VIP 2s in our community.
Amazing.
Smashing it out the park, Calps. And it's all down to you, Sharon and Dan, my friends, and many others who I can mention. Love this community, love this journey. Amazing. Can't wait for Dubai 2022.
Let's rock it, buddy. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Jack, you're up next, bud. How are you? Go ahead and unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Awesome.
The
Thanks.
other day I was talking to you, and I don't know if my sound got through, but I hope I get through today all right.
Yep, go on.
Well, you are certainly my inspiration. When I need a kickstart, I just watch you and I get that kickstart I need. And I get a kick out of the kryptonite thing. I remember the old Superman comic books of years ago. And we're gonna, if I can dig up a few old copies, I'll read them over.
Oh, brilliant. I love that.
I never know where they are.
There you go.
Anyway, when I ran into this thing, our good friend Win that got us started, I was been looking for 2 years for something to boost my pension. I've been retired 21 years. And I said, this is it. I had no qualms or anything. And I'm telling you, I'm happy as can be. It's win-win all the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You said you retired 21 years. At what age did you retire?
65.
You're 86.
May 30th.
You look freaking awesome. Thank you. That's inspiring, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Wow.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Challenge is always good, no matter what age. Challenge keeps you alive, keeps you going. You know that. You're that kind of a person.
Wow.
I recognize that in you all the way.
Bless you.
Challenge is the only thing. You have to live a bit on the edge, or you're not really living.
You do. You know what? For me, it's people like you, Jack. When I hear people that are in their anything, 70s, 80s, anyone after retirement that still got something in them, I get excited because I see too many people that lose that. Yeah. And I'm always like, I don't ever want to lose that zest, that hunger, that curiosity, that passion, that just, it doesn't matter what it is, but there's got to be something that you're interested in your life other than just sitting there waiting for the end. And so many people just sit there and wait, don't they? It's like, wow, I love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in our community. And thank you for learning about the technology. I say to people, it's new for me. I had to learn about blockchain and crypto. I knew nothing about it 2 years ago. And I'm a technophobe, right? But I love it. If you're taking technology on at your age, goodness, I am just super pumped. I'm in.
Right on.
Love it. Thank you. What a legend.
Thank you.
Boom. Crypto Kitten.
Hey,
Hey,
great
hey.
to see you.
And you.
So you're always talking about not taking things personally and taking massive action no matter what, right? And I feel like today I finally had the shift I needed. I
All right.
made 67 calls to real estate agents,
Wow.
and out of those, 17 are interested in seeing this and coming on a presentation. So that's 25%. I'm
That's
very happy
huge.
with that. Yeah.
Even
So if
67 calls in the day is phenomenal.
I was aiming for 100, but you know what?
Wow.
I'm very happy with
I
67.
love it. I love it. Thank
And
you.
I've got to say, I have a call scheduled already with someone in my upline who's a V5. And one of these people that I spoke with today was like, hey, I'm interested, but there's someone else that's in my company who's already in this space. And I emailed him as well. And a whole group of his investors that are into crypto, blockchain, meta want to see this tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
Look at this, guys and girls. There
Yeah.
are so many lessons in just that little bit that you shared there. So many lessons. You know, one of the most simple things here that's showing up right loud and clear is that the numbers always favor you. You just have to be
Yeah.
willing to explore what those numbers are. What if you stopped at 66? What if you stopped at 65? What if you stopped at 60? It's like, just push yourself.
And Kalpesh, I had people hanging up on me today too. I had my fair share of people saying like F off, you know, in other words. But it doesn't matter because 25% of the people really want to see what this is about. So
Cold
there you go.
calls. 25% on cold calling is astronomical, just in case you didn't know that.
I felt it.
Astronomical. Rock star
Yeah.
in the making. I love it. There you go.
Thanks,
I think you
Kalpesh.
need to change your name to Crypto Kitten Legend.
I'll take it.
Fantastic. I love that. Brilliant. Well done.
Cheers.
Mario, how you doing, champ?
She's crypto superwoman. You're,
I know,
you're
right?
Superman. She's superwoman.
There you go. I love that.
Hey, and just
Cold
to let Kitty know, I got cussed out 3 times yesterday. Okay, one of them pretty bad, and one of them called me a scammer. I was like, wait, what? Really? You know? I mean, I take it. I'm Superman. I'm Super Mario. I want you guys to see somebody over here, okay? He's real shy, but that's Richard Rivera. He's 73 years old.
Wow.
We completed his account yesterday, completely funded.
Wow.
He's since been he's a little shy. He doesn't want to talk. Vietnam veteran, okay, disabled, and he is loving it. He's learning about.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Let's everybody give him an applause there. You know,
Beautiful.
he came in strong. He says, "Man, I'm gonna grow, and I'm gonna deposit every month. I'm gonna grow this until I blow the doors off." I said, "I want you to outnumber me, man."
Come on.
And positive.
Love it.
Smile. He comes all the way up the stairs every day to sit down. We've already gone through 4 wallets. I've showed him how to do them. Unfortunately, a couple of them have denied him because of his age. You know, one of them,
Yep.
is there a way around that? I mean, I was kind of like, wait a minute, that's ours.
I know. All platforms will have their own rules and stuff of how they operate. I mean, you could send a support ticket and see if there's some flexibility, but generally they have their own ways of operating. So there'll be others that don't have the age restriction. It's unusual to have a higher age restriction. I know the lower one obviously needs to be there, but it's odd that there's a higher one.
I was getting upset for him. I was like, wait a minute, I sent him a letter.
There you go.
But he's on board. He's complete. He's ready to rock. He's even talking to a couple of his buddies and bringing them on board. Positive, smile, keep growing. That's the way to do it, you know.
Okay.
Rock on, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Awesome.
Have a good day.
Sharon, how you doing, hon?
Hi, Calves.
Hey.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? You're looking really amazing in that top. I love it.
Thank you.
Listen, Calves, that quote that you were mentioning earlier, I love that quote. I think it's Ralph Waldo Emerson.
It is.
Great
Exactly. Thank
quote.
you.
I used to
Ralph
say
Waldo
that
Emerson.
all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. You touched on a rejection, right? And I must be honest, lately I've been getting a lot of rejection and it's kind of dented my confidence a little bit. But I had a good talking to by a couple of VIP fives who I love. They're amazing. And they got me back on the saddle. So I'm still plugging in and I'm going all the way. I've got a team. I've got about 3 that's approached me that want to do a launch. So I'm helping them with their launch because I want my team to rank up. And I think I want it more than they do. And honestly, and I'm on their case. I show up every day. I make sure I post everything that they need. I've formed a leaders group and I'm on their case because I want them to get there. I want them to win. So I just wanted to say,
on that note, first of all,
yeah,
well done for identifying that you'd been deflated by it, because a lot of people don't communicate that. And you only communicate that up anyway. So congratulations for getting in touch with 2 of your upline V5s and sharing that so that they could resuscitate you and put the air back into your lungs. But also, your relationship to that. Let's work on improving that. One of the things that really works is see rejection as your friend.
Yeah.
Because it's not, the word rejection is kind of misleading, right? Rejection implies it's you.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not, right? So all that happens, like the air hostess, tea, no, okay, no problem. Coffee, yes, okay, there you go. Just offer it, share it, right? And then start. So one of the phrases that Les Brown used that I love: take your daily vitamins, including vitamin R.
Vitamin R.
Vitamin rejection.
Oh, I love that.
So embrace them, get in there, like look for your rejection, like it's part of the process, right? So just own it and look for it, because as Crypto Kitten just demonstrated, 67 calls, but 17 yeses. What she didn't focus on was the 50 no's.
Absolutely. I
so
get
there's
it.
no rejection, right? There's just 17 results.
That's right.
So within the rejection, you're going to find your results. All right. So take your vitamin R and turn your rejection into results.
And find my crypto. What did you say? Find your kryptonite. That's what I'm going to do.
Man. Find your kryptonite so that you know what the triggers are and you can do something about it. Cool.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you, Cal.
Well
Love
done.
it.
Love it. Danielle. Hey.
Hey, Kalpesh. How are you?
Amazing.
So, gosh, there's so many nuggets. Every time you do a training, there's so many nuggets. I could talk about 100 of them. But I really, that quote, like Sharon just said, so I'm really watching myself and who I am. And I'm also really seeing who others are. And the whole thing about negativity is so dead on. It's like, wow. So right now I'm getting my car serviced and there's 3 men. And I want to know, I want you to coach me. I don't know them. I've never met them, but I want you to coach me because I want to go over and speak with them, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to start a conversation. Or maybe I should be talking to Crypto Kitten.
Well, first of all, start by identifying your language.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how to have conversation.
Okay.
You're lying to yourself all the time. How old are you now?
62.
Are you telling me that you've never had a conversation in 62 years with people?
Oh, no, I have. Absolutely. Of course. Oh my gosh.
You do know how to have conversations, right?
Okay. Right. Yes.
I bet you've had some great conversations in those 62 years, right?
Yes, I actually have.
So remind yourself, you're a great conversationalist.
Okay.
You can easily connect to anybody, anytime.
Okay.
And approach them just with a natural, hey, hi, tell me about you. How long you been here? What have you been up to? What else do you do? Just have a conversation. Okay. Don't be so caught up in strategy. All right.
Okay.
Initially, when you're building the early part of the muscle, just get comfortable smiling, saying hi, and having a conversation, even if it means walking away without pitching. You don't have to, in the beginning, you don't have to take the conversation right through to the end, because you're building that confidence muscle of just saying hello. So just take the pressure off. Don't look for an outcome. Just go and say hi.
You know what's really strange is I have no problem talking to strangers, but for some reason I'm sitting over here, they're sitting over there, and I'm
It's all
like,
in your head.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
We-
absolutely.
We're overthinking it. We're judging ourselves. We're predicting what might happen, what they might say. We're avoiding rejection. We're doing so much. Your subconscious is running on overdrive. You just have to switch all of that off. Think of it like, the fuse box at home. Just flick the
Yep.
fuse switch
Yep.
off, and that switches the noise off. And then go in there and just say, "Hi, how are you? How's your day
Okay.
going?
I'll get back to you on
What have you
Saturday.
been up to today?" Wonderful. Thank you. Well done. And again, well done for identifying that nonsense noise that stops us, right? Glenn, go ahead and unmute yourself, my friend.
Hey, perfect timing today. I'm here for my vitamin K, baby.
Hey,
Vitamin K every day.
Love it.
Second full day of actually firing my job. I'm so looking forward to the next chapter of myself. And through your trainings and our community, I'm actually having a relationship with Glenn now.
Wow.
I am taking this 6 inches between my ears. Well, I got a big head. It's 8 inches. 8 inches between my ears, and I'm going to develop it. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to get wiser. I'm here to listen, learn, and share. I want to thank you. Shout out to our friend Jack from Saskatoon. Jack's in our group. Love Jack. But yeah, thank you for everything you do here, man. I'm enjoying the ride so far.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Always love having you here, and enjoy the ride, as they say. Leonard, how are you, buddy?
Phenomenal, Kalpesh. Thank you. I'm going to go to Dizzy for a second. Where's my other main man, Dizzy? Are you there? There he is. There he is. Dizzy, look how. Did you know we just had 3 Canadians in a row? Tic-tac-toe. This is the show. Canada's growing.
Canada's amazing. You guys are just legends.
Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We are growing. We are on our way. That's for sure. Kalpesh, landmark. I couldn't agree more. And I think I can sort of comment on what Danielle was saying. Another Canadian, by the way, Danielle. When she's okay, Danielle, when you were saying about talking to those people, maybe I should lower my voice a little bit.
She's got a headset on. It's all good.
The more that this is landmark stuff, Kalpesh, and I think you'll recognize it. Danielle, the more that we prepare for something like that, the less authentic it will probably end up being. So like Kalpesh said, just go over there with your normal smile and just say, hey, how's it going? And it'll just form whatever's supposed to be formed from there.
Love it.
Kalpesh, your comment, be yourself. Just a little funny on this one. I think there's a saying out there, be yourself, because the rest are already taken.
Yep, exactly.
The landmark comment that you sort of got off on a tangent, it's so easy to get off on a tangent with landmark, right? You might have been wanting to make a comment about languaging. I'm not sure, because you came back to languaging. Maybe that's what you were.
You reminded me. Thank you. Thank you. I'll just quickly touch on it. What I was going to say is that there are 2 worlds that happen. Like that there's 2 worlds that exist in our head. There's the world of what happens and the world of interpretation.
Right. Actually, okay. Can I add to that? I think there's 3.
Yes. Oh, go on.
There's what we see, which is our story, right? There's what actually happened. And then in the middle, how did they complete that? In the middle, it was what you're going to do about it or something like that.
Yeah. So it's called collapsing. Collapsing
there you go.
Yeah.
You're right. 2 main worlds. What we see and interpret.
2 worlds that overlap. Exactly. There's stuff that happens, the meanings that we add to the stuff that happens, and in the middle is where we live. And we get it all confused and mixed up. We can't tell the difference between what happened and what we made it mean. It becomes one. We've got to separate that again and learn to separate the stuff that happens and then the meanings we add, and then examine the meanings we add and turn them into empowering meanings rather than disempowering meanings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you for reminding me.
Great to hear that you've been part of that legendary organization.
Super proud as well. Thank you. Love it. Angela, hi. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, hello.
Hey.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Kalpesh.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. It's so amazing. I'm happy. my my friend, she is first time to show herself. She's
Brilliant.
a member. She's a member of Hyperverse. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good,
And
good.
I'm so happy because 11 team members, the Philippines inside now. Yeah, near Zoom.
Boom.
Yeah. Yes, yes. And I'm so excited to near my first revive, and then tomorrow
Wow.
I ready to add pan again the four times. Yes, tomorrow, and then really, because I so believe you, and I believe all the mentor. I want to thanks to Sir Volker, Sir Derek, and Sir Boris, Nicolas, and my Coach Mia. Thank you to all because they are helping to our people. Our team Philippines. That's why I'm so happy because 11 team Philippines people inside
Amazing.
now. Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Well done. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
Let's
you.
let's turn the 11 to 111 soon.
Yes. Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Dizzy, how are you, champ?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful place we call Earth. Thank you, Kalpesh. Man, what can I say? You went deep today, brother. For those of you that understand this work, it went off the edge today, Kalps. You went into deep water. And look, for those of you that didn't get it, it's worth watching it again, yeah? Because there are some heavyweight things that you've laid out today, really. And you can never hear it enough. In fact, something I learned from you, that you're like a rubber band, right? All the stuff that you've been doing for years and years and years, if you don't monitor it, you'll end up going back there. So don't get too comfortable, and you can never, ever, ever be reminded enough. In fact, be reminded enough that you never need to be reminded ever again. So sooner or later, consistency will win, right? Because your brain doesn't know the difference. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And, you know, after 18, 20 years of personal development, I've also been to Landmark. I understand what it is. And today I learned why you left, which I never ever knew to this day.
There you go.
So yeah, you learn something new every single day. So yeah, thank you so much for being you and delivering every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So big respect.
Thank
Love
you,
the
brother.
community. And to the lady who's just been on, listen, I started 2 years ago. I know those steps that you're taking right now. And I'm at the top. So there's plenty of room for you too.
Absolutely.
All right. So thanks for being so consistent, Kalps.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Much love. All right, Rob, you're up next, buddy. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Kalpesh.
Hey.
Hey, this is such a fun journey that we're all on. This platform it's like a game to me almost. It's just have so much fun trying everything out. And I jumped into hyper mining the other day, and yeah, and just looking back on November 30th was when I joined this journey, and how much I've grown and transformed over these 4 months.
Wow.
It's just been amazing. And yeah, I went out last week. I've tried to encourage myself just to talk to people, and ended up having 4 people interested in looking at the presentations. And I saw a sticker on a car yesterday morning as I was driving to my shop, and it said it was a play on the word beautiful, but I added life to it. So beautiful life, be you till full of life.
Very good. I like it. Nice. Thank you for sharing that, buddy.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have Anthony. Hey, champ.
Good afternoon, Kalpesh. How are you doing? You're well?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Good. I thought, I kept getting cut off and my hand was up and I was like, am I going to get lost in here? And then one of our beautiful Filipino team actually came on. Her name is Angela. She just came back earlier on. She actually, they inspire me so much. Okay. We're on 5 a.m. mastermind and we train every day, every morning. Okay. That's what we give to the community. And for them to come on and share with you, it's amazing, and
Wow.
sometime
Yeah,
back.
because Philippines is middle of the night right now as well, right?
Exactly. Well, they're actually in Saudi Arabia, and they're working. They work. I don't know. They work extremely hard. My greatest respect goes to them, and they find time to come and train with us every morning. And for her to come down and share with you today, I was like blown away. I put a heart on there just to say, well done. And tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go and thank them for coming in.
Beautiful.
Anyway, for me, my excitement is I'm happy every day now. People are asking me, "You've been to Dubai. What have you been up to? Why did you go to Dubai?" All right. And for me, it's like, I'm just going to meet my friends. I've got a great community that I work with, and I go to meet mentors, and I mention your name as well. Guess what? The energy that I have now is completely different.
Wow.
Before I even talk about Hyperverse, they just want to know what I do. Can I get in? That's all they want to do.
Wow.
Get in. And some of them don't even want to know about the wallets and all that. They just want to give me money. And I said, look, I don't want to do this the wrong way. Come in, let me show you, let me spend some time with you, because once you get it, you will excel. So learn with me. If you want to come on board, come in the right way. Don't just do it because I'm doing it. I want to do it for yourself, to know how good it is going to be for you. So I'm going to change this mindset of mine. And I had another call today during my lunchtime. I went out, and it was just to help me reach the next grade. And I was telling you, I need to reach the next level.
Yeah.
I did it today.
Oh, congratulations.
Exactly. It was just, I was thinking, it's not happening. It's not happening. Sometimes when you're hungry, it's like, because I'm spending time with the people to say, look, don't just join me for the sake of joining me because I'm doing it. Do it because it is actually going to benefit you in the long run. And I want you to do it for the right reason. So anyway, I've done it. Next one is on.
Boom.
I'm already dreaming about the next one, right?
Let's get
I'll
it
keep
done.
you posted. Absolutely.
Thank you. Well
Thank
done,
you very
buddy.
much.
Super proud. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Greg, you're up next, my friend. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
All right. How's it going, Calps?
Amazing. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for today. This was a really, really good call. Some of your words hit me right in the face. I'm saying, and I say that because, I especially like the analogy that you were talking about, the, training yourself to react to certain things. And, so I have a pretty big group, we have our own Telegram, and it's about 20% of the people, you only hear from them when they got something to complain about, And so just when we were on the call, so we actually in our group, I do a little recognition. Everybody can't hit the ranks, so we do recognition for the number of memberships you buy, and when you hit milestones. And I do a little poster and congratulations. And so this one lady, while we were on the call just now, she texted me like, I submitted a picture 14 days ago and you haven't put my picture up in the group yet. Will that be done by this weekend? And in my mind, I'm thinking of my reaction, and in my mind, I'm typing, I do not work for you, okay? You will get your picture when you get it, And then when you said that, I'm going like, oh my God. All right, so I guess I was meant to hear that what Kalpesh said. And, and I got to thinking about it. I'm going like, you know what? I'm 85% the V5. I said, is that really a V5's response? Should I do that? So in my mind, I just hit the delete button, erase that message, and I started typing a new one.
Beautiful. Wow. Well done.
So,
Thank you for being so present that
yeah,
you noticed during the Zoom what you were
yeah,
doing, what was being said, and you found the connection and went, hold on a second. I love that real-time transformation.
yeah. It's just it's kind of a struggle sometimes. I struggle with it, and just not having that knee-jerk reaction, because it's like, when you're a leader of a group, you got a lot of people tugging on you all the time. And sometimes you just don't feel like that one person that's nagging you about something that you think is like, good Lord, can you just give me a break? I got 10,000 other things I'm working on, but sometimes you just got to reel it in. And thank you for those words that kind of brought things in perspective, kind of made me, focus and re-channel my energies, so to speak. And so now I can go on my day and be nice and jovial and happy.
Love
to
it.
everybody in the
Enjoy.
team.
There you go. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Cal.
Very beautifully distinguished. Thank you very much. Sibuile, I got to bring you up, my friend. Come on down. Give us some of your energy. I've not spoken to you in a while. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine, Leadership KP, and how are you?
Amazing, amazing. Look at you. Good to have you here, buddy.
Oh, yes, Sir KP. I have retired last week. I've stopped working.
Woo! Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Leadership KP. I'm on my way to V5 now. That's where I'm going to. And some of my teammates are almost V2 now. I was just talking to one from Lesotho. She phoned me just before the
Virginia.
Zoom. Yes, Virginia. She said she's close by.
Woohoo! Love it.
Yes, people are working hard. I'm happy to see the whole world working hard. And I'm saying to people, if virtue is patience, please, they should be patient enough with the company. Innovation and creativity, that is this company is driving us forward. We are working hard and we're looking forward to more people who are going to change their lives for the best. This is the best company ever that I've seen. And I like your spirit, Leadership Kalpesh, the energy and the DNA that you inspired us when we were in Dubai in February. It makes things happen. I think you saw what happened in East London last week. You are going to see what is going to happen in East London this week. Tomorrow, we're going for again another gala dinner in East London. We're making things happen. Leadership Njiva is on it. He's on it. We are there. I'm happy to the community. Let us build this community. We are the best. We are the best in Leadership Kalpesh. Because of you, you are the pilot, the navigator. You are the champion. You are everything for us and to us. Thank you so much, Leadership Kalpesh. I thank you. I thank the community too. I thank the community all over the world over that is here. Thank you to everyone. You added value to us. We thank you.
Thank you, Sibule. Absolutely beautiful to see you here today. And what a beautiful way to round up today's call. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone that took part, everybody that showed up, everybody that showed out, everybody that shared. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And, I love this, the Tuesday, Thursday nuts and bolts that we do, because, the value is real, it's present, it's in the moment. People are applying stuff while they're talking. I love Danielle's there in the garage with her people, 3 people working on her car, and it's like, okay, let's have a breakthrough in this moment and communicate. I mean, you've heard it from so many that are applying stuff real time. Look at that. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I always say, take something that you picked up today that was relevant to you and apply it in your business going forward. But goodness, you cannot get better than applying it while you're on the actual call. That's like next level insane. Super excited. Thank you all. See you again on, what day is it today? Today is Thursday. So we'll see you Saturday on Leadership Call, right? Do not miss 3 p.m. UK time, Saturday's leadership call. I know it's always maxed out. You've got to get on there at least half an hour early, 45 minutes early. And if you miss the actual Zoom, you can always catch it on the overflow. You want to make sure your entire teams show up to these Zooms, right? The nuts and bolts and the leadership, they are pivotal to the long-term strengthening and acceleration of growth of your organizations. So do not take them lightly, do not take them for granted, and do not underestimate their power over time. Thank you. Much